genius of Euclid, or the grandeur of the Parthenon towering over a bustling city. For over 1,000 years, a civilization existed that would shape the course of history like no other. The Greeks did not just conquer lands, they conquered ideas. They created the foundations of Western civilization, from the very concepts of democracy and philosophy to the art, science, and mathematics that still influence us today. This is the story of ancient Greece, a civilization that continues to echo through time. To understand the grandeur of ancient Greece, we must first look at its origins. Long before the philosophers, the warriors, and the artists, Greece was a land of scattered tribes and isolated communities. Around 1600 BCE, the Mycenaeans, a powerful and sophisticated civilization, rose to prominence. Their palaces at places like Mycenae and Tiryns were marvels of architecture, and their influence spread across the Aegean world, from modern-day Italy to Turkey. These early Greeks laid the foundation for the myths, legends, and art that would come to define the culture. And then came the epic stories, like the Trojan War, immortalized in Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Whether history or myth, these stories captured the imagination of generations and defined the Greek identity. But after the fall of the Mycenaeans, Greece entered what we call the Dark Ages, a time of decline where writing and monumental architecture disappeared. But this period was short-lived, for in the 8th century BCE, a rebirth began. Out of the darkness, the Greeks built something new, the polis, the city-state. These were independent, self-governing communities, each with its unique character and philosophy. Athens, the jewel of Greek civilization, was a beacon of democracy and culture. It was here that democracy was born, a government by the people, for the people. In the heart of Athens stood the Agora, where citizens gathered to debate the issues of the day. But it wasn't just politics that flourished here. Athens was a center of art, science, and philosophy. Philosophers like Socrates questioned the very nature of truth, ethics, and knowledge, laying the groundwork for Western thought. Then there was Sparta, the militaristic rival of Athens. Where Athens was intellectual, Sparta was ruthless in its pursuit of military perfection. In Sparta, from the age of 7, boys were trained to be soldiers, prepared for battle and discipline above all else. Their entire society was built around the idea of strength and survival, and their warriors were feared across the ancient world. And then there was Corinth, a city of wealth and culture, renowned for its art, craftsmanship, and trade. Its influence reached as far as the shores of Italy and Sicily. The diversity among these city-states was remarkable, yet they all shared a common bond: their Hellenistic identity. By the 5th century BCE, Athens entered what is known as its Golden Age, an era of prosperity, creativity, and intellectual explosion. The city was ruled by leaders like Pericles, who expanded democracy and pushed Athens to its greatest heights. The Parthenon, a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena, rose above the city as a symbol of Athenian power and artistic achievement. Athens became a center for art and philosophy. Sculptors like Phidias created masterpieces that captured the human form in its most idealized state, while playwrights like Sophocles and Euripides gave birth to Western drama, exploring themes of fate, justice, and human nature. Philosophy blossomed as well. Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle shaped the intellectual landscape. Socrates' method of asking questions to uncover truth was revolutionary. Plato's visions of the ideal state in the Republic became a cornerstone of political philosophy. And Aristotle, with his studies on everything from ethics to biology, became the tutor to Alexander the Great, whose empire would later span much of the known world. But the Greeks didn't just shape our thoughts. They transformed the very way we understand the universe. Greek mathematicians and scientists laid the foundation for much of modern science. Euclid, known as the father of geometry, compiled the first comprehensive system of geometry that is still used today in classrooms around the world. Pythagoras, with his theorem, unlocked the secrets of right-angled triangles, revolutionizing mathematics. And then there was Archimedes, a genius whose inventions and discoveries were centuries ahead of their time. He created the Archimedean screw, a device that could raise water, and formulated laws of levers and pulleys that revolutionized engineering. The Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, is often called the world's first computer. It was used to predict astronomical positions with an accuracy that would not be matched until the Renaissance. But Greece's golden age was not to last forever. The rise of Macedon, a northern kingdom led by King Philip II, threatened the independence of the Greek city-states. Philip, a brilliant tactician, unified Greece under his rule through military conquest and diplomacy. In 338 BCE, at the Battle of Chaeronea, Philip crushed the Greek city-states, bringing them into the Macedonian fold. However, it was his son, Alexander the Great, who would go on to forge one of the largest empires in history. Alexander, known as the Great, conquered Persia, Egypt, and even parts of India. He spread Greek culture across the known world, from the sands of Egypt to the heart of Asia. In every city he founded, he built Greek-style cities and spread the ideals of Hellenism. Though Alexander's empire fractured after his death, the influence of Greece lived on. The Hellenistic period saw the spread of Greek culture across vast territories, blending with local traditions to create a vibrant, cosmopolitan world. The legacy of ancient Greece was revived during the Renaissance, where scholars rediscovered Greek philosophy and science, forever changing Western thought. Today, we still live in the shadow of ancient Greece. Democracy, philosophy, art, and science all trace their roots to this small yet incredibly influential civilization. From the birth of democracy in Athens to the vast empire of Alexander, ancient Greece not only reshaped the ancient world, but also laid the foundation for the world we live in today. It was a civilization that mastered the art of thinking, building, and dreaming, one that continues to influence every aspect of modern life. Their ideas, innovations, and achievements will forever echo in the halls of history, reminding us of what humanity can accomplish when imagination and intellect meet. As Plato once said, "The beginning is the most important part of the work." And it all began in the sun-drenched land of Greece, where greatness was not just achieved, but built to last for eternity.